Welcome back, video creeps. It feels like time is just moving so too fast for me. The show is almost over, but we still got a couple episodes left, which means a couple more of these videos in the chamber. So without wasting any more time, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, hi new friend, and hit the notification bell so that way you always know when I drop new stuff. Let's get into Chucky episode 5. So, okay, I don't know how many other people are gonna talk about this, so I'm just gonna. But we have voiceover Chucky and Tiffany. And, you know, I like that it was the original voices. Does it hold up? Does it work for me? Being completely honest with you guys, yes. Didn't bug me at all. I like that it was the original voices. I liked that it was Jennifer Tilly's voice and Brad Dourif's voice. Thought that was really cool. And I also really like the actor and actress that they chose to play young Charles Lee Ray and young Tiffany, meeting in an 80s dance club. I feel like you think about Chucky and you don't think about him in an 80s dance club. But apparently we should. Apparently that's where he was hanging and banging. Not only that, homie met the love of his life there. So who knows? I guess the club has some merit after all. Again, this show just does little things that I don't think about or think that I want or need, but give. And then I'm like, oh, I did need that. What am I feel like a little kid who dressed himself for the first day of school but have never dressed myself before. I show up on the scene and I'm like, I'm ready. And then the Chucky show is like, do you even know how they met? And I was like, oh, no, but I want to know. And then they tell me. And something that I pick up on right away is that because it's no longer in the olden days of the Super 8 camera, now when we flash back to old memories and stuff, it's all VHS lines. Very cool, little detail. This show is so good at those little details that just take it to the next level. We end up back at the hospital where we see Caroline's father throwing Chucky away, and we see him go down a little slide into just a saw vat of needles, and then we just see Chucky getting high on a bunch of needles. I can't imagine that he got very high from those needles. I can't imagine that they're just throwing away half-used needles that are just full. Wouldn't you just put enough that you need in the syringe? Chucky is stoked. He's like, yeah, I got high. It's like, dude, I think you got AIDS. We see Junior's curious nature kind of start to take form in this episode as well, which honestly, it's about time. That character is one of the weakest for me of the whole cast, and that's not because he's not a great actor. I think it's more because we just haven't delved into his character just yet. He's being so dominated by his father and what his father wants him to be that we don't know Junior very well. In fact, it's kind of a smart way to do it. The only sacrifice is that now we don't really know him. So to see Junior kind of start being brought into the fold a little bit in this episode was very cool. And it's not the only time that they do it in this episode. With the season finale coming our way, they are starting to tie up a couple things. And this episode is when we see a lot of it. For instance, Jake and Devin, they hold hands. And it's a very sweet scene where honestly, I kind of wanted them to kiss right then and there. But this show filming the way that it's always beautifully shot with very innovative ideas, instead we freeze in this really sweet moment with the two of them just standing there holding hands while the rest of the world kind of moves beyond them. And I gotta say, I really loved it. Someone that I did not love, not because she wasn't a good actress, she killed it, but oh my God, Lexie's mom, that's where she gets it from. God, talk about I'm trying to sympathize with her. I get it. You're the mayor, you gotta be the mom. There's perception. Everyone's looking at you. I get it. Whew, but man, she's rough. A lot of callbacks that I noticed in this episode that made me just fucking happy. I was not upsetty spaghetti at all in this entire episode. For instance, we get a Tommy doll, which we know Tommy very well, which is cool because they mention in Cult of Chucky that there's a certain amount of names that they could have named a good guy doll, and Tommy is one of them. So we keep on seeing Tommy. Oh my God. And when the Tommy doll is introduced and Lexie goes to give it a hug and then she freaks out on it. Love that scene. Chucky just has that influence on people where it doesn't matter who they're around or what they do, they will can freak out on a doll if they need to. And Lexie just looks insane while like it was, oh, it's great. Something that I couldn't help but notice was like Chucky has like a Lotso loving bear scene in this where he's like outside of a window and it's like raining and he's like looking on the inside. Just made me think of it.
Come on.
No, she only replaced you.
She replaced all of us.
Eventually, that melting face Chucky is like put in the garbage. Another Child's Play 2 reference with Chucky being thrown in one of those little trash cans. And then Devin, Jake, and Lexie just like curb stomp gang the shit out of it.
Back up in your ass with the resurrection. Is the group harder than any
Now after this, they're kind of on the high of like they've defeated Chucky. They've done it. And we finally see Devin and Jake kiss, and it's like, we've been waiting for this. I feel like I can fully trust Devin now. Throughout these episodes, I kind of didn't know what direction they were going to go with them, and knowing that they will be an item and that they are caring for each other in this way, it makes all the little things that led up to this even sweeter and even nicer, and I appreciate that. I need that love. As always, there's that big thing in every single episode, and in this one, the big thing is that we see the return of Chucky, Nika, and Tiffany Valentine. And even them, it was super sweet. It's no wonder that the Chucky logo in this one was just a bunch of hearts, both fucking anatomical and just like practical. The love story of Tiffany and Chucky is fully revealed. And I thought it was really sweet that we revisit this Hackensack hotel where they made their first kill and they're still kidnapping and doing their thing. That's adorable. And then we get more past movie Chucky references. It's definitely you, Tiffany, talking about her mother. She even says that line again about showing a girl a good time. If you're a Chucky nerd like me, like that stuff gives you tingles. It's like, I'm so glad they did that. We cut away from that for just a second to pick up with Bree, and we see that she's at like a counseling office, and we think like, all right, finally, we're gonna know that she has been an infidelity person. But no, only person she's been cheating on is her health with cancer, which I was surprised. I was very shocked. I was so ready to dislike this character or project that she was doing something bad when this whole time she was actually being rather selfless. Thinking about her family and thinking about how that would affect the way that they operate, like it was actually, I felt like a jerk for all of the things that I had said about her. But we can't hang out there too long because then we go back to that Hackensack hotel where very interesting things start to happen with Chucky Nika. We see Chucky Nika kind of like zonk out of being Chucky and possessed by Chucky. And we see Nika come back for a very short period of time. And she gives her whole explanation of her character arc and everything that happened in both Cult and Curse with her storyline. Jennifer Tilly always being one to kind of fall on the knife for a good joke. They kind of poke fun at the fact that maybe she's a little bit more voluptuous than the last time that we saw her. I thought that was really funny. I love the way that they wrote that into it. She has a compulsive obsession with food now, which I think is so funny for Tiffany's character. I love that. But before Tiffany and regular Nika can link up, Nika kind of gets hit in the head and then turns back into regular Chucky. So Chucky is aware that that is happening, but Tiffany isn't. And I think that's fun, like this split personality thing. In Cult of Chucky, we did learn that if Andy had shot Nika Chucky, then Nika would have died along with Chucky. Also, Andy didn't give a fuck. That was great. That was one of my favorite things about Cult of Chucky. So that was fun. This episode just had so many crumbs of just little like, here you go, here you go, here you go. At some point, they verified that Chucky is kind of like, you know, sexually fluid now. Homie will eat pussy and suck dick. What? Lexie's little digs at Junior were fun. She said she had no imagination. That is next level insulting stuff. That's awful. Also, while we're just talking about Lexie real quick, I love that Lexie's now a part of the team, but they have not changed Lexie's core character. She is still the same person that I've grown to really like. So I enjoy that even though she's nice, she's still, you know, she still has that thing, and I enjoy that a lot. I'm glad that with Lexie, we're not letting go of that factor of her personality. The episode ends with the principal's head being rolled underneath like the curtains on stage where the detective mother like sees Devin and Jake holding hands. Ooh, who knows how that's gonna turn out? It's a lot of fun this episode, and I'm so grateful that they're making it and that it's going so well and that so many of us are enjoying it. Now, this specific episode was brought to you by Monster Fam, the Discord, where every single Wednesday they play the brand new episode of Chucky. It's part of an awesome horror entertainment block, starting with Freddy's Nightmares, sandwiched in with the Friday the 13th TV show, and then we get the Chucky TV show. So if you miss it on Tuesdays, on Wednesday is your second chance to catch up. A link to that Discord will be down below, along with a link to my Patreon, where you can help support my channel and get access to really cool content that you can only get over there. I give away free movies, there's write-ups and videos that you can't get anywhere else, and monetarily supporting me gives me a career and more reason to make more content. Another reminder just to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell so that way you always know when I drop new stuff. And if you could drop a comment, that would really mean a lot to me because I love hearing from you guys and talking about each episode with you down in the comments below. I'm serious, even if you want to say something like silly, like, Michael, you're so handsome. Man, you're so talented. You know, stuff like that. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, video creeps.
Some roses are red and some are blue, so please take a bunch here just for you. Besides, they were on sale 3 for 2. You're the kind that deserves a bouquet. You deserve a bouquet. You deserve a bouquet. Cause you're my Patreons, yeah, my Patreons. Look at the reviews of Kyoto, Larry Sherman and Corey Stewart, Car Woman and Butcher's Grindhouse, Florida at Store, Michael Andrews Premier, Survivor Skills like Voorhees, Joe Adrian, Layla, Neil, Lady Horror, Chastity Rabbit, Leela, Rachel Marie Prince, Giselle, Bittersweet Vegan and L. How can I tell you thank you all for being my Patreon, yeah. And now I'm driving in a car and I'm going pretty, I'm on the road and